Hey guys, hope you're all having a good day. It's Monday, which means we're back to this for a bit. We're so close. Anyway, we're still in Turtle Revelations. We are on the final part. As we learned the Rook is actually dead, and the Queen obviously was noted to be alive. Queen Amara, by the way. We caught Summoner and almost got the truth, except she's in hospital. So, yeah, that happened. Anyway, let's get into it. Revolution. Yeah, that's it. Beyond Despair. May 19th, High Court of Korea. Evening, I hope you're having a good day. And sorry to hear the news. Who's lovely? Lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now, while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened! Tell me about it. You think Ram put that guard up to it? She did. She's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence. Any news on her condition? She's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. That's Garan. Justice... Like, yeah, that's Garan. Justice will be served. Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? The Rook Shamani was your father and all but blood after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on. Yes, I have. Got it all set and ready. Just don't overdo it. Okay, Apollo? Yeah, this is obviously on the images, but that's fine though. That was a real shocker, right? I can't believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering, when the Rook disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because the Rook's spirit willed it. Or if it was a part of Garan or Amara's plan. And our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't go for it yet. There's still a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right! This could just be the push we need. The dream lives on. Yeah, no, I've got the simulator ready. You have seen the new Dragon card, the new card trophy, right? Yes, it does. Do we need to get... Pardon me, I was asked, do we really need to get Machine Drone Collision now? You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in days work. Am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. This is what the Rook gave his life for, so I have to do it for him. The Honorable Rebel, the Rook Shamani. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she pop her head or something earlier? The trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Already? I mean, what just happened? first thing Garan will do is respond until that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Better not, Garan. Here comes justice! May 19th, High Court of Garan. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh? Where's Naida? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon Her Eminence? It is quite alright, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer's confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. He's the one who confessed? Prosecutor Shamandi? You're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crimes to me. Naida, you didn't really do it, did you? Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Ayudha! Haste! Prosecutor Shamandi! Are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Naida, retract your confession! Now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. You're correct about that! A minute! It was Queen Garana who put you up to this! She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garan got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Yeah, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice your life to do Garan's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Shamandi, your testimony, please. Naida's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Korian. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far as for my sake. Do you understand what you're doing, right, Naira? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Naira, or the queen?
Objection!
Enough! Stop! This banter has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow this problematic testimony to smithereens. Alright. The truth comes out.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer? Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. Sorry. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the queen herself. As Krishamani has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He has taken responsibility for his crimes and is showing his loyalty to queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Orion would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. I'm going to ask you again, Naira. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes, no matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable.
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Urgh. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Naira? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. If not, we'll have to force a retraction other than by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Mr. Shamande, what's the motive for your crime? I have reason enough to kill Minister Inga.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate her eminence in a coup de grace. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirituality isn't so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. Wording. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire struck. As sporadic as that was. It was, therefore, something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. Meaningless whim? It's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Define judgment? Yes, I render judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying that the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Urgh, snap out of it already, now you know. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why is that something completely incredible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime? Uh, Up there. Sorry, is that high one? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. Yeah, no, sorry about that. There's my just double check it. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but hi. Ada, could it be your... Sorry, could it be you? You didn't realize that was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we last met, after all. Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Daruk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Daruk adopted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remembered it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Aida, please add that last statement to your testimony. I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Daruk abducted her.
Hold it!
15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Daruk helped Queen Amara escape? Agents of the crowd pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, know that Daruk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in that life we had. See, thanks. I can't believe it's been 15 years. Hello, there's something about Nayu's testimony. Yeah, that discrepancy is a bit hard to miss. What could that mean? What could it mean? So Nayu got to meet his mother. Back when Daruk rescued her. That's what he's saying. It's news to me, though. I had already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it? Alright.
Objection!
Yeah, I have feeling that. You're saying that Daruk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Daruk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Daruk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did. But if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make sense? The photo is only 15 years old. Got a few ideas. not sure how this makes sense. Perhaps personally, it makes sense to me. Personally, I guess the defense senses were slightly off. Yes, your common sense. Oh! I hope the defense is prepared to give its sensible answers this time around. Alright.
Take that!
Oh, what? I was right. A few bits off to the left. To the right. Now, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. The Rook said the baby in the photo was you. But that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you're around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something. Apollo, if this baby is Nayuda... Wait! You don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if that child was being held hostage? Nayuda, is that why you obey Queen Garan's every command? You presume too much. Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child. Child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born into the Rook and Queen Amara 15 years ago. All those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Prosecutor Shimande, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother. And only yesterday. Viva was carrying all about telling the truth to the people. So I told her the truth. Sorry, what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. I cannot accept this. Is something the matter, Your Benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. Now I see, Nayuda. Why you do what you're told. The other child born to the Rook and Queen Amara was... Hold it. Hold it. Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you're about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul of the child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think that you should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the clink in your armor. The reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. I have a few.
Take that!
That's so calmer. Failed to see what you meant by that. I dare say it looks more like a clink in the defense argument. Arg! It would be bad news for Rafa if it were to be known that she was his father by Daruk. There's gotta be something that shows why. Right. The actual evidence, and I'm...
Take that!
Wait, no? It's the... I swear... I mean, the three ideas could come in line. One maybe, the other one maybe not. And that is... a file full of information that were collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of a particular rogue right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. Actually, completely forgot. Although I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot that. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't go well for your sibling either. If she were revealed to be Daruk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan. But at some point, you came to serve the fire regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this clink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. I... Hold it. Naina! Have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all of this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey. Don't you ever care what happens to you? So don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, and law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequences. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Korian until the day Raven succeeds me. For that is what is best for our kingdom. I know your emerence. Yours is no small sacrifice. But I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager assistance. Ada, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No. The Knight Ida would never let himself be turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Well, this feels as almost I had the right idea, but just went too early. You can say you're simply accepting your fate now, Ida. But I know that deep down, there is still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Daruk together as a family. I know this because I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogate the Rook, he confiscates all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. Did he take your... Did he take away your attorney's badge too? No. I thought it strange, but... just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Naruto, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Daruk! Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Naruto, Apollo, I vow to restore Korion's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up. That's not how it really is it? You never give up, and you never will because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be right someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did. On that day. Naruto! Apollo! Hold on! I'm coming! What father would risk his life to save his own children? Naruto, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Someday, he will come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believe. I believed in Daruk, our father. Naruto, I knew you. However, it was but a dream. And now that that dream has died, murdered along with Daruk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But
Such insolence!
you have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duties? It is time to accept defeat. Now, watch the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second. I do. Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's got to be some way to save Naruto. Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded his son, the son of a criminal. So we could, so if we could once and for all prove that the Rook didn't try to assassinate Amara, right? Then Rift's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. I thought there wasn't any evidence left because it was all destroyed in the fire. And the Rook investigated the matter for years to never imagined to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like the Rook try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt the Rook would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garam with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of the situation within there. Got it! If the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? While we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Rook, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Take that!
A photograph? Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? Poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. He never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course. This photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove the Rook's completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karayan, we can witness the final memories of the dead! What utter nonsense! There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze? That's what you think. But the Rook went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did? Yep. And boy, is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance with this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years ago have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't the Rook on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? As the presiding judge, I'm now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final moments of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the option of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why, your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course! Leave it to me! Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. Alright. Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Alright. I'm pretty sure this is just going off. This will go off without a problem. Oh. I also think I know this is, from my memory, this is the last definition seance in the story. Outside of the special episode. Burning heat. Crying. Hey! I like that. It's awesome. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It appeared that the seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. Raven's insights. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amar by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. The rook's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in an attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They are right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? chat.
Objection!
Oh god, the Rook's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, okay, the hand holding the lighter in the seance vision appears to be gloved. Ah! I believe you're right! What could this mean? It's called into question whether the hand in the vision really was the Rook's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help her find the seance vision. It does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? Oh, it means that the Rook's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fact.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that there are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that the Rook was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Anyway, it seems that I must revise my insights. But if someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we didn't know to whom it belongs. Okay, she updated her insight. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Okay, there's... Alright. Oh, hold on.
Objection!
Okay. Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not the Rook. The distinctive bond around the wrist gives their identity away. Ah! That the sign, it can't be. This will prove just whose hand is capable of was captured in the seance vision. That photo! So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Spencer Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of Justice, correct? Yes, I heard they're a traditional part of the Chinese Justice Minister's attire. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Karayan's late Minister of Justice, Inga Karayan. No, not my father. So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one? Justice Minister Inga? So then Daruk's innocent of both charges? The Divine Dragons. They were right all along. Hold it. Hold it, Tsar. Naida? What you propose is not possible, Apollo. But back then, Inga Karayan was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... You, Queen Garan? What? Alright. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Emerald, it's you, isn't it? This is madness! Why would Emerald do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Emerald, are you the one responsible for are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? So, and was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Emerald, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants. Always carrying on about things of no importance. Of no importance. You do not deny it then? You concealed the truth, had usually for your own designs? Oh, Naruto, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even after Rick was cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who declares Rafe as fit. So who decides Rafe as fit. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good grace. Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head! Your Emerald, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while. Naruto. Naruto, you dare defy me? Your Emerald, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you saying? The final piece of evidence you left behind has released Naida from his suffering. Tonight, he's finally free. In all this time, not once did I reflect upon my own conduct, For I had believed all this was fate. Lost to my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Diluc's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Insolent fool! Not even you, Prato, bought all about revolution? Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that the route carved out for us. Yeah. Now, if we just prove Garan's guild, we could continue down that road towards the revolution the Rook dreamed of. Your Reverence? You have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. But the cups could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. You see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. Arg! No, she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would like me to... you would have me refute? Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Tremonti has retracted his confession, we have to rehabilitate the current case from scratch. Right, deliberate. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garan! The defense accused you of the murder of Justice Minister Karayan Karayan. Inge Karayan. But, do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garan was the killer? There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. And there is? Minister Inge's final memories. In them, the minister's killer poses the Rook. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right! A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer. So the blood-soaked clothes would have been in doubt somehow. They're still around somewhere, then.
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Bloodbean can't be disposed of most anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw King Garan, did you not? Yes, I did! I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Right, Val? You were not there. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have the Rook's clothes in her possession? No! No, she did not! So, maybe she disposed them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling the Rook's clothes. But you knew that right, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes. I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. It makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garam wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have got rid of them somewhere. Somewhere she thought they'd never be found. Where did they ever be found, huh? Yeah, I believe source codes were written here. I've got a few ideas.
Take that!
Two? You believe the clues were hidden there? Was hidden there? Yes! It's the only place it could be. It can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clues were hidden? Eh.
Take that!
Of course! That makes perfect sense! The clues weren't simply hidden. They were returned to where they belonged. And you mean the killer would have had to get the Rook's clues from somewhere? Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, the Rook's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer would have simply borrowed his clothes. Right. Before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on the Rook's clothes, then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, the Rook's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is still all speculation. We know not wherein those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this kiss.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. But I believe you already knew that. These clothes are definitely used during the minister's murder because of this.
Take that!
The bloodstain on the Rook's chest are no doubt the results of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood splatters extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from...
Take that!
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inga. I had thought it was all the Rooks, but that makes sense. The only way to be sure, though, let's get those stain analysis right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove that the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You can't prove that it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. But could they really? I say the possibility of someone other than Quran hidden those clothes. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to my sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some need to open it. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent! I meant, only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you are the one who killed Justice Mr. Inga. Insignificant worm! Dare accuse me, the ruler of Karayan? Do not think for—
Objection!
Okay. Do not think one moment that such impudence will be taught— Objection! I'm afraid such arguments aren't valid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down on that lofty throne and face justice! Yeah. Ah! Me face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Whoa. Sure you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. And sure, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty? What? That can't be! Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting the guilty party, he will certainly be judged by this court as have supporting a criminal. And the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted. And yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. As you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look for long. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let's leave it. So let's leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free, and yet I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it! Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she has committed! But
Such insolence!
what you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Reva cannot stand to the throne, for she is as yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorists! Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling Summer Quran, I will proclaim the following. All who appear the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear. For the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the law of Korean, I command that you be put to death at once. What the? Yeah. Why put the gun to his head? Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Grand Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolish, optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the fire embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death!
Objection!
Oh, come on! This is insane! Even for you! You can't possibly get away with something like this! This is a court of law! You can't just order our execution without due process!
Hold it!
Now look, Apollo. Truth and due process are certainly important. But so is your life. So think before you speak again. But... Please, Apollo. Do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too. What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? And is this really how it all ends? It's your life or your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garan? Know what I have to do. That's right. You're not saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of the worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. And Naina, you knew that creed we've known since we were kids. A dragon never yields. Apollo. They are not merely words. They are what carried us this far. Tonight, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who give them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. And if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but two asparious creatures that dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hidden in the heavens. They're hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defense? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there's another saying in my country, the truth will set you free! Indeed, that is precisely what the Rook sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders and mobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws, or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not a part of my playbook. There is only one path before us. Revolution! The time to make the Rook's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence? If you are the law here in Karayan, then your very insistence is wrong. Does your desperate bully know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garan is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Company Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it, either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine! We can't give up. Not now. We have to keep fighting to the end. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right! I accuse Garan, now he will be subject to the Defense Company Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garan right now. Okay, could this be the key to dethroning Garan? Founder's Orb. Is Defender's Orb the key to the revolution? Rook was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution and Garan's future. In light of Garan's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual power and rise to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do that. Just that. That's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the founder even after attacking Maya, after all. Only the queen can... Oh. Only the queen can channel spirits? But Inga was going to use Miss Faye channel. So his plan having the use queen power. In that case... Oops, sorry. After all... He didn't know the... Right, my mistake. He didn't know the founder's name. Inga didn't know the founder's name. The name of the founder is only known to those who become queen. That means the only people who currently know her name are Garan and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't have been able to channel the founder. So that begs the question, why is Garan so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garan is obsessed with the orb because he can't channel spirits. Garan wants spiritual power. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... If she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garan can't channel spirits? That looks like why she had Amara perform the ride channeling. Is that why she let Amara live? To stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So, if Garan can't channel spirits, she had no claim to the throne! Garan has no claim to the throne! Garan's Defense Company Act was established under the Crown's authority. But if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act will become null and void! No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop! You claim the authority of the crown? You, of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garan so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the right channeling in her place? The answer to these three questions point to a single conclusion. The fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communicating with the dead? So I like that you just step like and then I'll go back. The defense will explain himself at once. In Korean, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But your emerence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you pass would be rendered null and void. The Twitch. Others. And you, the Grand Royal Guard, you seem to be rather armored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But if she had none? What if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person? A pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk! Impossible! Everyone knows only spirit maidens can become queen! Such blasphemy! On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garam? If you think I'm just out to defend you, then prove it! Prove it! Prove it using this piece of evidence you want it so badly! Here! Take it!
Take that!
All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With this the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Orion. Ooh, to witness Our Eminence great power of her own eyes! The Holy Mother will appear before us! Oh, great miracles and miracles! Praise be Your Eminence! May your mighty spiritual power show us the way! Enough! Enough, I say, you mindless cretins! Ermin's gonna be that you cannot. No, no! I want a lawyer. Summon them one at once.
Objection!
Okay. Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Koran. You can thank your defense Kobe Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon her holiness so she may guide us. I've had enough of you. Out of my sight. Out of my sight. All of you. If you truly are capable of challenging spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me. You said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Hey, we're finally get this. Run! Your reign of terror ends here! And this was the precursor to the Phoenix Right Army where a freaking finger puncher wins! A gust of winds! Very well. Demonstration of the as a spear meme is simple enough. Behold, the magnificent power to summon the dead. Ooh, Your Eminence! O great spirit of the Founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm, heed the secret confidence of the orb, and appear here before us. Ooh, here it comes. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Oh, spirit of the fighter, grace of your members, the time is nigh. I beseech you, appear before us. Heed my call. Honor, please. Ah! 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 No, wait, I was just warming up. The rain is actually starting right now. Look! Holy mother. The revolution has started and ended in a single kiss. Here comes justice. Oscar Shamandi, highest remembrance. I couldn't come up with one for the Queen specifically, so I just used the whole storyline for this one. Not the best one, but honestly, it was a shot in the dark, so I'll probably give myself a 4 out of 10 of that one. It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see! But her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Mr. Inga in order to prevent her coup de grace. But what of her attempt to assassinate the Queen of Mara 23 years ago? To become a queen herself, maybe she just craved power and attention? She likely developed a psychological complex from her ability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fears and lies. Then again, not all tyrants. But then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Quran in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Redfa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the person of Quran think she was dead? Why she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Queen Quran? My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loved her sister dearly. So when Gran told her to hide because Daruk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she then wished to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquitted so obediently to Garan's request to keep channeling for her. Until she fled with Daruk and was told the truth, that is. So that's what happened. And since Reva was being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Reva's servant Nala. No doubt only deepening her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that was a case for the ages. Oscar Shamandi has been cleared of all suspicions in the murder of Minister Inga. And as has Mr. Rick Shamandi in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I hand down my verdict on Dirk and Naira Shamandi. Not guilty! Alright, no prosecutor this time. He's on the witness stand! Kind of. Bert, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Now you're just smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamt of, it's finally happening. With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned. May 19th, High Court of Koran, accused lobby. Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed into the courtroom. That was a shocker, alright. I had to imagine like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? We were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remember to never say or do anything to deserve a my Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Right. Nah, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed me was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh. There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck to it until the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will. And inner strength forced in countless trials. You overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about that. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I've nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Ryan? You did it, Apollo! He finally run his seal of approval! But what about me, Nick? My challenge come a long way too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be under two major crimes already. But using two major crimes already. That's not to be a part of! Yeah, and two major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. They're right, Athena, Naida, and of course, the Brook. That was pretty cool, Polly! Trucy? Trucy? What are you doing here? It's magic! I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. We just did this one more than once? What? No, it certainly explains why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy? Do you even have a passport? Magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini universe in there. I could produce a passport that, at the drop of at my hat. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead! Barbed head! I am forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan. And that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounces back quickly. So, your benevolence, I take it you've learned the truth of your origins? That you are the daughter of the Rook and Queen Amara? Yes, my mother... I mean, her emerence told me... She said it was a part of my disciplining. If you can call it that. Sounds more like blackmail. Be quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared the Rook's name. my true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So, what's next for the Kingdom of Kharian? I mean, you lost your queen, so... Her benevolence, Princess Rhea, will ascend to the throne. Naida! But she can't channel spirit, right? Indeed. Which is why I will act as regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own. Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Shaw. Is she going to say what I think she is? What are you looking at? You horned head nincompoop? Ouch! Ouch. In any event, I will be assisted by Naira and Queen Amara for the time being. Queen Amara? Our country offers counsel to the ruler of neighboring kingdoms for channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day. But for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity, sorry. So then, she's going to be alright? Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief. You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Daruk and Naira beat the charges against them. And you got the revolution rolling the boot. The revolution? Rook. I guess you were right to believe in me after all. Yes, sir. There's going to be some major changes around here. The legal system's going to return to its rightful state, like Daruk always wanted. And the name of uphold justice will go down in Kharianese history. Yeah. Right. Oh, Naira, I almost forgot. Okay, there was something I wanted to give you before I head back home. You wish to give me something? Yes, as the Rick's son, I think you should have this. In case I get it wrong, we'll travel home.
Take that!
This is the Rook's. I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all. But as the man that's going to change Kharian, it's only right that you have it. Change Kharian. Yeah, in the Rook's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There is something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. May 19th, former Shamani Law Office. Why'd you bring us here, Naida? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Kharian. What? But why? We have lost our queen, and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to... Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer, and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Kharian's legal system from the ground up. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Daruk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is way out of my league. Revolution is still in its infancy. But it was Daruk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Oh, I was wrong. Legal system. Still going. Will you not help me to realize? Will you not help me realize this dream? Come on, AJ. You know it's what the Rook would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought. Of course. I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the right enemy agency to consider too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower on your round, but hey! It's alright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Fina? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right. We'll be the same about you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Fina's right. It won't be easy, but... Fina, Tracy... Apollo, no but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Thank you. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the right enemy agency? Or should I stay in Korean and help Nayu to rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? May 20th, 8 AM, Tempura Temple. The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Korean? Right, it's from Phoenix's perspective. I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more corporate battles alongside him. Hey guys! I know that booming voice anywhere! Whew, I made it. Apollo! You're here! Does that mean you're coming home with us? Well, how about that? Mr. Wright? Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Korean. You're staying? What? I feel like I have to pick up where Druk left off. I can't let a sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo, the Rogue's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, I've never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's promise. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be. But I promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing. And I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you. So knock 'em dead. You got him, Mr. Right. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way. Thanks, Tracy. Good luck with your magic act. I'll know you do Troop Grammary proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. But don't you think you're the only one with room to grow? The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on. You bet! I'm gonna win. I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see what your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Ryan. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to see you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple. We must never stop or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us. We must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Justice is law. Pretty sure. Oh, okay, no, that's it. But yeah, no, that's oh, never mind. Yo, Mr. Hat, introduce yourself. I am the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I want to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. It seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the dust. We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight. It's just not the same with Polly, is it? Yeah, I kind of miss him too. I know. We should go visit him in Korean. But yeah, so nice little return back to this for me. So, oh, after seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Korean? Then it came to me, tourism. That's one. All the fellow Korean servicemen energy to bring it to the new fears. I'll roll a night tour center of the Adventure. Ooh, I make a museum dedicated to the Van Dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep coming out. There was a nice little thing, like, my opinion there is slightly changed, but not a lot. Like, kind of like a little bit better than I did prior, but, you know, that's one thing. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you. Professor Kirchmann says that he has needed me. So starting tomorrow, I'll be working in Korean for a while. Look at it this way. It's sure to be an education spirit. Sure, plus I can't let that kid show me up either. I'll see what I can do for revolution. Well, chill. I look forward to our next investigation upon your return. Still enjoying the musical stuff, so yeah. Enough for head face! Ever since you revealed the secret behind our teleportation trick, show requests have totally dried up. We'll be on the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we should take trip up an offer. You said I can make our debut as magician in the right energy. I'm gonna show her someday, on my own terms. I think fired you up like a better rivalry. Yeah. Oh, right. I was going to talk about something to mention. I think, and this is more a personal thing, I think they could have had Turnabout Storyteller as the special episode instead of the 4th. Because you could... Oh, wait. Brian is just like this child right now, full of life and limited possibilities. And faith that the root Amadar and trust with you. Have no fear. We'll see the Rook's legacy through to the end. And just for Junior there, here's the secret to them being Mama. Behold, the That's Pose. Well, sounds like a little bit. I say, come little guy, don't be shy. Yeah, because what they could have did is you could have had Storyteller be after, and it could be like based like half an hour you return for a little bit as a little like one-off fun little moment. Something like that. I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am. He's quickening her boots. Widget! I can do it, and I will. It's a right boy be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this! And they could have the first trial of the revolution as the first episode called Turnabout Founders. And the last one could still maintain the Turnabout Revolution name. Just basically split. Okay. I dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state. Obviously, let's shoot. But who shoots this out here? Try. Big Pollock. I just lost my appetite because you. It's hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say, old chum? But yeah, I don't know, like, it's just being thing considering you can have Athena, you can have the storyteller thing actually stand out and give Athena proper development and stuff. That child the other day really inspired me. I have created a Rococo routine based on Shinju's kiss. It's a mystery, that story that keeps flipping the audience thinking and keeps going here. It's called the Scary Uno Noodle. You're giving away too much in the title. Keeping this so going. It's our way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shinju. And that includes Rococo training for that kid, Owen. But yeah. Like I said, it's just a way you can kind of branch out Athena and kind of, if there were the set one, the next, sorry. Although not. With my newfound mobility, even ancient ruins and their fancy smashy tomb raider traps are no match for me. Fire! The university where my father worked has let me help him with a dig. One day, I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization dedicated to him. I'll also be going on a dig in Koran soon. That pride with justice had better not be slacking off. I mean, no, like, the kids are fine. Like, the pacing all was pretty nice, done. I just feel like they could have did the civil case earlier. That could be, that's just me. I'm gonna be super busy now that I'm home in the big clan. Doing Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Koran Village. What have they there? I've been opening a store where we can buy new outfits like city girls were. Well, look who's grown up now. I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. Nice. This was essentially the end of a Apollo, which is a very nice way to have it done, set out. And obviously, the one to kind of match Bridge and stuff like that, like Trials and Tribulations, they did a pretty solid job on it. Mother, now that you have stopped being Naya, I want a new Naya. I wonder if there would be anyone willing to serve you in Nakamata. You are quite a humble of that. I am? With a simple wave of your hand, you would have your attire changed, means prepared, and your I think I put such an burden upon you. You're a grand priest of crime. You're not, Raifa. You will have plenty of time in which to make amends. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs. Like I said, I don't have much problems. Like I said, they're trying to match obviously few things, and obviously things at this time, its turn was being developed, so I think the main storyteller was working on that, but sorry, her benevolence has taken to call me her right. Even worse, she trembled and faced to me. Whenever another sorcerer's animosity. Well, it's sure that I am merciless within the halls of justice. To be given such a dismissal name is entirely uncalled for. But what am I to do? Perhaps I should consult Apollo about this. Right, the translation's well a bit different. But yeah, I think it was like the person who was doing the scenario worked on Greater Scenario, so they had a different team work on this. I can't remember us. Hi, student, Mr. Wright. Great. He's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Laws. Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Before I forget, I made a copy of this photo. A photo? Oh! Yo. It is good to see him again. Look at you. Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? After all, they've broken into fine young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. Just another reason why we could have did that. It could have literally set this. That could have been like the second case of the sixth game. But yeah, no. Other than that, though, like I said, still enjoyed this. It was a nice little trip back memory lane a little bit in a way. Except one thing. We have one episode left. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I have not finished that story. So you probably heard, like, yeah, I have not finished that story. I have did a little bit of the investigation in that one, so I am not sure how it is the end. So, Turnabout Time Travelers, the special episode, which is what we're going to do next, is going to be a ride and a half, because I will be going to that one essentially blind. But yeah, I said, if we actually compare to like Apollo Justice, the first Apollo Justice is essentially similar to Phoenix Wright's first game. Then Dual Destinies is almost akin to Justice for All in a way, and then this would have been akin to Trials and Tribulations. So you can kind of see similarities and stuff, except like in, but yeah, different pace and stuff. But, you know, it is interesting to see if we are going to get the 7th Ace Attorney, which we could. I'd be curious to see what they do with it, because if Apollo's essentially Apollo's story's done, and so is Wright's, then a Phoenix is the next. But also, what do you do with Phoenix and Justice? Although I was talking to your fans who've also this, I kind of imagine the idea of having Apollo and Nayu to return for a kind of like a nice little challenge stuff for them to show how much they've changed since this game. Do you think about it, like Nayu's a completely different person now, and Justice is will have some time experience, get strong. His own experience, getting some new experience himself, sorry. So it'd be nice to see kind of where Nayu and Apollo would be in like another game. Oh, and also we still have the super finger point here. Alright, this was before the anime came out, so that was the precursor of the literal anime finger point gust of wind. Anyway, I believe there's still one line of dialogue. I have a few more dialogues I have to do at the end of this, and then we're wrapping up. Apollo may have a long, long road ahead of him. Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about being in touch. Things have been really hectic. Rebuilding the legal systems I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just, I have 15 clans on my plate right now. No, I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the whole braid thing and stuff. So I believe, because it had been, I think it was like the translation of Japan is like Oni and Oni-chan. I read this thing, so I think they had to work with Brother and Braid as the substitute bank. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Karayan's legal system or not? You are. We need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your service. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. Being that you are the only lawyer in Korean, or in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate it will add only about 16 clients to your caseload. That's 41, by the way, already. Wait just 1 minute. I have been handing out advertisements for your new law office. They read, from legal advice to investigations, extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free at the Justice Law Office. I have already received requests from 380 new clients. 421 clients he has gotten. Apollo. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I? I trust you did your chores of steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There is no need to hold back. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a light something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, hornhead. Guess I'll join this one. Oh, there really is only one thing to say at a time like this. It's the words I've said countless times in my career, and never one am I tired of. Objection! To be fair, I have not really said once throughout 2 trilogies of this game, by the way. 2 trilogies I have not said it once. I get to do it once and once only. Paradise Revolutions is now finished. However, as pointed out, we are not done. Next time, because we will be doing the special episode, Turnabout Time Traveler. And as I said, I am flying to this case essentially 90% of it blind. So yeah, also for context timeline wise, this case is post story, so look forward to that. And with that being said, I hope it's a good day this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.